Hey everybody, it's Craig with Smartphoneenvy. I'm here with today's smartphone news. Wednesday, August 3rd, 2011. This just in. First up, file under I almost peed myself. BGR reported the Samsung Galaxy S2 variant for Sprint should arrive sometime in September and will be called the Samsung Epic Touch 4G, in other words, Sans keyboard. The GS2 variant will feature Sprint's WiMAX 4G connectivity and retain the slim profile of its brethren. If you're not familiar with this superphone, it offers Samsung's Exynos 1.2 GHz dual-core processor, 1 GB of RAM, 16 or 32 GB of internal storage, microSD card support for an additional 32 GB of memory, 4.3-inch Super AMOLED Plus display, 8-megapixel camera, 2-megapixel front-facing shooter, 1080p Full HD video capture, Wi-Fi 802.11 A, B, G, and N, DLNA, HDMI, Bluetooth version 3.0 with high-speed data transfer support, 1650 milliamp hour battery rated at 8 hours and 40 minutes of talk time, all wrapped in a super slim case along with Gorilla Glass, weighing in at a very light 116 grams. If those specs don't get your motor running, consider yourself dead. And for those that want more, stop by Smartphoneenvy.com and check out our myriad of face-offs featuring the Galaxy S2. Next up, file under Microsoft and Nokia putting on the Ritz. The dynamic duo of Microsoft and Nokia has dispatched invitations for a party at Gamescom this year to help develop relationships with game developers prior to the Mango update. Nokia may be showing off the C-Ray, Nokia's first Windows Phone 7 device, but don't expect a big joint announcement about the C-Ray from Microsoft and Nokia at the event. Rather, it's a party and the task at hand is to get drunk and mingle. With Nokia and Microsoft betting the farm on the C-Ray, it seems a bit strange to me that the release of Nokia's C-Ray is a month after the other device manufacturers have already delivered Mango-empowered smartphones to the masses. Or is that just me? 9 to 5 Mac got their hands on what many believe to be a genuine iPhone 5 case. Based on the size of the case, it looks like the next iPhone will offer an edge-to-edge display, larger home button, and curved back similar to the iPod Touch. 9 to 5 Mac also confirmed the Asian case manufacturers are shipping the case designs to sellers around the world. Also gleaned from the leaked case, it appears the next iPhone 5 will have a 4.3-inch display, dual-core processor, 1 GB of RAM, Wi-Fi 802.11 A, B, G, and N, Bluetooth version 3 with high-speed data support, 8-megapixel camera, 1080p Full HD video capture, 2-megapixel front-facing shooter, DLNA, HDMI, and a battery that offers 8 hours of talk time. Oh, I'm sorry, those are the specs for the Galaxy S2. Next up, filed under fucking A. Best Buy is offering Google's Nexus S from all three networks for free until midnight tonight Central Time. You'll need to sign a new 2-year agreement, but for no dollars out of pocket, you get a 4-inch Super AMOLED display, the latest version of Android Gingerbread OS, a 1 GHz Samsung Hummingbird processor, 512 megabytes of RAM, 16 gigabytes of internal storage, 5-megapixel camera plus front-facing shooter, NFC support, and with Sprint 4G WiMAX connectivity. And speaking of Sprint, it looks as if LG's Optimus Black is finally headed stateside based on a leaked document obtained by Brief Mobile. The document indicates a launch date of October 2nd, and if so, the Black offers a 4-inch Nova display, 1 GHz processor, and 5-megapixel camera. And finally, filed under It's About Time, BlackBerry announced the new BlackBerry Torch 9850 and 9860 today at an event in London with over 225 carriers expected in RIM's largest global launch ever. Each of the new Torch handsets will run BlackBerry 7 OS and feature a 3.7-inch display, 1.2 GHz processor, 5-megapixel camera, 4 GB of internal storage, microSD card support, and a battery that supplies 6 hours of talk time. The 9850 is headed to Sprint and US Cellular, while the 9860 is landing on at&t, Rogers, Telus, and Bell, HSPA Plus included. So who's hot for the new BlackBerry Torch? And is this enough for RIM to survive the onslaught from Android, ISO 5, and shortly Windows Phone 7 Mango? Let me know what you think of this story as well as the others, and don't forget,